Good morning, chats. A new day has dawned on us today. We have got some massive news today. There is some massive copium news floating around. Holy shit. I woke up early today. Just something in the universe called me at 8 in the morning. I woke up and could not fall back asleep for like 20 minutes. And I picked up my phone, and the first thing I saw was the news. Peyton, thanks for the 6 months. Wolfsden, thanks for the tier 1 for 2 months.
Of supporting the Slay King.
Wench Schwimmen, thanks for the tier 1 for 2 months.
To my lovely chatties.
Thank you, Peyton. Hazard, thanks for the 5 gifted. Scumpy, thanks for the good sub. Chat, listen. If you're... Give everyone a second to file in. If you haven't heard the news, Activision Blizzard was acquired by Microsoft. And we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna show you all the news as we go. But holy shit. This is massive. This is actually massive. Belmore thanks to the Prime, and Summer Ray, thanks to the tier 1. Kabuki, thanks for the gift sub as well. Appreciate you guys. Now, I want to go full copium, full hopium. Then I'll pull back later. But I can't believe it.
Let's go.
Oh. Matthew, thanks for the Prime as well. I wanted to hop on stream right away, because even though you didn't get my initial reaction, the hype hasn't worn off yet. It hasn't worn off yet.
I'm on fire! Microsoft finally bought Activision Blizzard, party face, party popper, confetti ball.
Thanks, Lord. Appreciate the Prime for 3 months. It's, it's kind of, BBC article. I'll have to, let me see.
I'm on fire!
I don't think I got on BBC one. Let me see. Okay, I have that one too. Beautiful. I just want to go through a bunch of them, so good to have. Listen. Okay. Listen. This has major repercussions. So far deep, it's not even funny. Australia, thank you for the Prime. Colby, thank you for the Prime. If I'm missing any of you guys' like subs and bits and stuff, I'm sorry. It's just a lot to take in at once. The main tweet on Xbox is...
I was also woken up at 8 by people messaging me about the acquisition. I work for Microsoft and I'm super excited.
Yo, Pog, dude.
Holy moly. I could actually work for Blizzard now and stay within my company.
If you're looking for streamers... Thanks so much for 500 missed it. This has major implications. Dude, listen, we took our horizons, okay? Like, this was like the edge of our horizon, right? This was the edge of our horizons. And we fucking throw that bitch so far out. It's not even funny. All of the wildest dreams that we have thought of for Overwatch are actually now possible. Why do I say that? Think about it. We haven't even got a hero or a map since 2020. And now all of a sudden, we're in the same realm of possibility where we can be doing collabs with other major titles. Stuff that we didn't even think was possible. Never mind the fact that when this kind of an acquisition happens, there's a lot of stuff turning around. So there's a lot of shit that has gone on in Activision Blizzard. We all know. Luckily, most of the Overwatch team, or I think almost all the entire of the Overwatch team, has not been a part of it. However, though, the Overwatch team obviously is affected because, they want to stand up for their fellow coworkers and stuff. So they're going to have a lot of changes, which is good for them, which is good for them. And it's good for us too as the players of games. And I'll show you some of these tweets. The hopium copium train is fucking leaving the station, and make sure you're on board because I'm on board right now. Now, let's just go through a couple of them really quick, shall we? Let's start with the first one, the easiest one of the day. Today is a historic moment. We are excited to announce that the world-renowned franchises and talented people at Activision Blizzard will be joining Team Xbox. Full announcement and details here. Think of Mixer? No. Stop. The Mixer was a failed experiment. Mixer, to compare Mixer and gaming companies is an absolute buffoonery. That's like looking at Apple and going, well, the Apple car isn't doing too hot. Well, they were literally an innovator for phones. We follow the model. They have a cultic following. We're not going to have that conversation today. Why is this big news? Well, there's a lot of fucking reasons, to be honest with you. But let's go straight with the article first. Xbox plus Activision Blizzard King. Welcoming the incredible teams and legendary franchises of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming. Creators of Call of Duty, Warcraft, Candy Crush, Tony Hawk, Diablo, Overwatch, Spyro. Wait, Spyro's an Activision Blizzard game? Wait a minute. Hearthstone, Guitar Hero, Crash Bandicoot, StarCraft, and more join the Xbox team. I might have to play some Spyro on stream as a celebration. You know what I'm saying? As a team, and by the way, I haven't read this yet. As a team, we are on a mission to extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. We all know that gaming is the most vibrant and dynamic form of entertainment worldwide, and we experience power of social connection and friendship that makes gaming possible. As we pursue that mission, it is incredibly exciting to announce that Microsoft has agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard. Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast wellsprings of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world.
Thank you.
So,
we have an incredibly excited
Steve skin for Hanzo.
We are incredibly excited to have a chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beenox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. There are some absolute juggernauts in that. Blizzard, Infinity Ward, King.
NDA? Was this news to you? Got any leaks? Smile.
First off, I'm going to just say this right now. The last part of that, got any leaks, smile. Like, I would just, let me just get sued over that. First off, the answer is no. But second off, if I did, why would I ever do that? That doesn't make sense. Anyways, King, for those who don't know, is their developer that makes, like Candy Crush. If you guys aren't aware, Candy Crush and mobile games actually make a disgusting amount of money. Disgusting. Like they put all of us, PC gamer elitists to fucking shame. It's literally a money button. It's just like, we need more. Boop, boop. More levels. Boop, 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 boop. They just never stop hitting the button. For us, they have to make a whole new franchise. They have to make new heroes and maps. Listen to us, bitch. They just want another Candy Crush map. That's it. Until the transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently. Once the deal is complete, the Activision Blizzard business will report to me as CEO, Microsoft Gaming. That's Phil Spencer, by the way, writing the article. That's big news. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass. Both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalog. We also announced today that Game Pass now has more than 25 million subscribers. As always, we look forward to continuing to add more value and great games to Game Pass. That does not mean that it means exclusives, chat. That just means that Game Pass is getting even more valuable, which is a good thing. Because let's say there's a universe where Overwatch doesn't go free to play, which I'm hoping to God that we're not on that timeline. I hope we're on the free to play timeline, because to be honest with you, without it, we're going to probably fail as a community. If you would say the standard where we are now is failing, I would say that we would probably replicate it without free to play. So even if we don't go free to play, this is an amazing backup, which means that if you have, as long as you have Game Pass, that would be bringing people in, which would just be like a stabilizer. So worst case scenario is actually still a decent scenario. I don't think you understand the magnitude of that. The fantastic franchises across Activision Blizzard will also accelerate our plans for cloud gaming, allowing more people in more places around the world to participate in the Xbox community using phones, tablets, laptops, and other devices you already own. Activision Blizzard games are enjoyed on a variety of platforms.
Love your stream. Hope you are doing okay, Flatch.
And we plan to continue to support those communities moving forward. Thank you so much, dude. As a company, Microsoft is committed to our journey for inclusion in every aspect of gaming, among both employees and players. We deeply value individual studio cultures. We believe that creative success and autonomy go hand in hand with treating every person with dignity and respect. We hold all teams and all leaders to this commitment. We are looking forward to extending our culture and provocative inclusion to the great teams across Activision Blizzard. Around the world, there is no more exciting venue for fun and connection than video games, and there has never been a better time to play than right now. As we extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone, we look forward to welcoming all of our new friends at Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming. Now, nothing is finalized, obviously, chat. But I have a feeling that this photo is here for a reason. That's my tinfoil hat. Thick. Man, I haven't even eaten my bagel yet, chat. Dude, my bagel's gotten cold because I'm so excited.
Thank you.
We probably
And
won't
Walker,
see the deal
I saw it. You tried to
finalized
send a
until
link?
sometime next year. Regardless, this
You want
is a
Discord send me
massive
it?
W for
I don't know
our
what it was, but
community, and I'm excited for the dev team to gain the proper resources needed for OW2.
well, that's part of the part of it, you know. You know, Not Twitch, thanks for Prime. George D. Arc, thanks for Prime. Ren King, thanks for 2 and 4 months. Scott's, thanks for 2 and 7 months. I appreciate all you guys. Here's the thing. We all know Overwatch 2 is coming, right? Everybody knows. No surprise. Overwatch 2 is coming at some point.
I'm on fire!
But you know what? Bex, thanks for Prime as well.
I'm on fire!
This kind of solidifies the future, you know? Let me see. I think this is... Oh, all right. I was going to say that one for later because that's going to be a little bit interesting. that means it kind of has a future, you know? Because here's the thing. If Overwatch 2 comes out, right, and it has, let's say, a good year where a bunch of people come back and the game pops off for a year, but the same thing happens and it dies off, you know, there's much less of a chance of it fully dying. The reason for that is with a franchise as beloved as Overwatch, even with its shortcomings, you look at something like Halo. As bad as Halo got, it never truly died. They would not let it die. So no matter what happens to Overwatch from now on, it will never truly die. It's not possible. Even if shit somehow hits the fan again, which I'm confident it won't for a long time. If anything, maybe it's like a 3 or 4 years down the line, and all of a sudden, you know, they drop off in content because they want to make Overwatch 3. Which, to be honest with you, I think would be a terrible idea, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Blizzard has, I'm sure Microsoft got the company at a fair price. Yep. Also, if Halo Infinite has given us any insight into gaming, chances are the same strategy will be used on Overwatch 2. Also, hello Flats and chat, I decided I could not hand in my 2 weeks notice to the Flat Earth Society.
That's actually a fair point though.
And for that I provide you
maybe
this spam milady 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 milady.
Thank you.
I'm honestly cautiously optimistic about this. After Microsoft bought out Minecraft, development exploded and the game is so much better now.
That's true. That's very true. Now people have cited, you know, other game studios that they've bought, or someone had the fucking one head take of Mixer earlier. But it's not like that. Yes, there are other studios can fail, but nothing to this scale. The only argument I could say is a possibility is like Bethesda. Bethesda has kind of shit the bed. But Bethesda didn't really shit the bed because of Microsoft, in my opinion, because they already had games like Fallout 76 in the works when that was acquired. Because that game took for years to build, and even though it came out only like a year after, Microsoft probably didn't have a whole lot of influence over that game. So it shit the bed, you know? But like, Fallout will never truly die. Elder Scrolls will never truly die, no matter what. Even if the next Elder Scrolls is fucking terrible, that series will never die. And that's kind of what's important, is Overwatch is now... I was going to say that one, Pachimar, for a little bit, but it will never truly die. And yes, I guess you're right. Overwatch is now one step closer to being in Fortnite. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But like any game, technically, you know, where Overwatch could have amazing collabs and could have amazing crossovers, it's now possible. It's literally now possible. Because for Overwatch's small team to reach out to, you know, let's say Apex Legends and wanted to... Let's say they made an Apex Legends, like they made a skin, or they had an event, right, where like on Oasis, the cars that you can drive around the map.
Thank you.
They made those the cart from Overwatch. You know what I'm talking about? Like they designed it so like it was the same thing as the payload. Some kind of weird crossover. That was never gonna happen. Now it's possible. You never know. Shubot, thank you for the 5 gifties, appreciated. And Acinins, thanks for the Prime, appreciate it. Now you might be saying to yourself, now listen. Now you might be saying to yourself, listen. I don't give a fuck if Fortnite gets Overwatch skins. I do not care if Apex Legends and Overwatch have a collaboration. I do not care if we get a Master Chief Soldier. I don't care if we get a Hunter Reinhardt. I do not care. Let me tell you why you should. The reason you should is more opportunities for collaborations and more content. I said it. There's the key. More content. There's a reason to keep feeding the system. You can't just mindlessly feed stupid things.
Carry on.
Like eventually it'll fall off. They have to do their best on the other end as well. So if they're going to push all these brand deals eventually in the end, where, they're trying to work with, some game that's not even out yet, or a Fortnite type of game, or Gears of War, or Halo, or Apex, or something, right? They also, on the back end, have to also be producing content for the game. You can't just completely abandon it at that point and push all that stuff. There has to be a give and take, which means, in theory, we should never be in another situation where we're in a content drought quite like where we are now. So what does that mean? Hopefully we're never in another content drought like this again, and the game will never truly die. This is Max Copium. Not wrong. Not wrong. Absolutely not wrong. But I think that's okay right now. Rip Tires needs a prime. Appreciated. I think that's okay. I think there's nothing wrong with having Copium right now. I think that it's perfectly fine. You know why?
I'm on fire.
If you're an Overwatch motherfucker, you have been suffering for a long time. It's okay to have some hope. Noodly, thanks to the prime for 3 months. Overwatch on console next year, thoughts? Yeah, okay. Someone had the audacity to tweet at me and goes, "We better start practicing console so you can get good." Motherfucker, I was GM on console back in season 3. What? Anyways. Fucking people not knowing my lore, huh? Anyways. I will say that the worst case scenarios have kind of been taken away. Remember a few months ago, everyone kind of got on some hopium and some copium about Overwatch 2 and talking about we want the polished game, even if they delay it, it's okay. But there's a lot of people that are like, well, if you're gonna let the game die, what the hell, Overwatch 2 is probably not gonna save it at that point if you let it die too much. This literally means the game cannot die anymore. It's not possible. It will not be abandoned. So the worst case scenario has been removed. I know it's not they didn't drop Overwatch 2, and it's not like they didn't drop what all the heroes look like and it's be out tomorrow and start the download now. But this also is a very good thing for us because we see that the game will not die. And our favorite game, which we all hope will get more content and more care and people will give a fuck about it, that can still come. But the back end of it dying is gone. It's gone. It's not there anymore. Microsoft bought ZeniMax and avoided and deliver on any promises they made for ESO. Do you think Elder Scrolls is... Be honest with yourselves. Do you genuinely believe Elder Scrolls is dead? Yes, there hasn't been one for a long time. I don't disagree. But to say Elder Scrolls is dead is just you're just kind of just playing yourself at that point. Yes, there's not a new game. They've been farming Skyrim over and over and over. But there will be another Elder Scrolls. Will there not? There will be another Elder Scrolls. There's no doubt about it. And if Elder Scrolls Online wasn't people's thing, they know that. They wanted to make something that was an online game, but they know what they're good at too. Even if they haven't delivered it yet, I don't think that's a Microsoft problem. I think that if they were going to make Elder Scrolls Online as an individual company, they would still be probably in the same spot. The only difference being that if Elder Scrolls fell off that hard, they would be at a lot of money and be struggling on the next game. They don't have that problem. They can take their time and work on the next game. So to say it's dead, I think it's just not fair. Because yes, it's not around. Yes, it's not in people's forefront of their mind and stuff like that.
Scrolls dead. PFFFFFF.
It's not dead. Like what's a dead game at this point? Good question. Maybe SOCOM Something that like we haven't seen in like 10 years or so, and like has no plans for the future. You know? Anthem? Yeah, Anthem's probably dead. Something that has no plans for the future, you know? At all. But what I'm saying is with Overwatch is it is now not possible for it to die. It's impossible. You can still say dead game, like its viewership down and there's not a lot of content, because it's probably not going to be the change is not going to be for a while. I think the article said like 2023 or something like that. There's more stuff somewhere.
I'm on fire.
That's the BBC
Hype
one.
for Overwatch season pass is coming soon.
He's in 8 months, Andy. I don't know. I mean, no, nobody really knows, to be honest with you. I mean, it looked like some like people at Blizzard were just a surprise, you know? Like, I mean, who knows? But I saw John Spector tweeted this morning. He goes, "Oh, that's a nice thing to wake up to, I guess." And like, so I would assume there's a lot of people that probably didn't know about it. And after working in corporate, unless they were on the board, you probably didn't know about this. Unless you're on the board, you probably didn't know about this. But I want to point out another tweet really quick. Together with Activision Blizzard, we will usher in a new era of gaming that puts players and creators first and makes all gaming safe, inclusive, and accessible to all. I hope you guys understand the significance of this sentence. There's two reasons for this. One, that is Xbox literally saying they know that Activision sucks at this. And it's Activision Blizzard is terrible at this. Now, I will say in the last few months, it's been a pleasant surprise that Overwatch and stuff has reached out to more content creators and stuff. And we've had fun things like the experimental tournament. You know what I mean? Like, we've been able to give more feedback about stuff and try to improve the game and have more fun mechanics and more fun stuff. You know, the past Overwatch experimental, the shatter change got put in. That wasn't a change I actually thought the game would ever be put in. They wanted us to give over-the-top April Fool's kind of like fun changes. And I was like, fuck it. Like, let's just make shatter make people go boom. You know? And they put it in the game. That's like a creator community. And I got that idea from my community, from you guys. You know? That is literally Overwatch working with its community. Overwatch is really bad at that, though. Like, in terms of the rest of the space. Apex is a lot better at it. Apex is currently fighting to have their entire rank system changed, and they're listening. Have they done everything yet? No, they kind of pulled an Overwatch and had different changes, and now the community's fired back and like, no, put in the changes we asked for, and now they're having a conversation about it, but they're at least there having the conversation about it. We kind of don't really, you know, we don't have any of that kind of input. And this kind of says that putting players and creators first is huge. Because it hasn't felt like that for a long time in Overwatch games. And it's not just Overwatch. It's across the spectrum of Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, etc. And, you know, that statement right there acknowledges that that's a problem. You know? That acknowledges that it's a problem. And they want to try to work on it. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's PR speak. Listen, dude, everything can be PR speak. They just made an official statement. Every single word on every single article right now is PR speak. No fucking shit. This is a coffee. It says coffee on it. No shit. It's about what's in the coffee. Vanilla latte. But them saying that specific sentence literally says that they understand that that's a big problem for their community. That is one of the most major problems of Activision Blizzard. They understand that that's a problem. And that's a goal to fix.
Thank you.
If you look further back, Microsoft bought the Halo franchise from Bungie and Minecraft from Mojang. Both of those have been doing extremely well. However, the difference here is Blizzard will operate basically independent for many years, similar to Bethesda right now. To get another company properly integrated takes time, so Microsoft's influence might be seen years from now. But it should be a great thing for Blizzard and their IP.
Yes, obviously, because it said it's not going to be for a few more years until it fully integrates. It takes a long ass time. Same thing happened when Activision bought Blizzard. You're not wrong, but at the same time, that's not what I was saying. I didn't say that all of a sudden Microsoft's going to come in and fix all the problems. There's a difference between changing the philosophy of how things are going to go forward when Overwatch has specifically had a upper level problem in how they attack and design their community and how they want to make their game. It's not a problem with the game makers themselves, because clearly they make masterpieces. But on the other end, it's the commitment to make sure that it will never be abandoned or never die. Because Overwatch's future looked a little bit bleak. And if Overwatch 2 failed, do you genuinely believe that they would work on an Overwatch 3? Or revert back to original Overwatch? Or do something to save it? Like, listen, at some point, I have a feeling that if it failed hard, they were going to be fucked. What this literally means that scenario is not possible. It is not possible for it to fail now. It doesn't exist. It's no longer even a possibility. Because even if the game doesn't do that hot, they will always try to have another one or to always try to improve it.
Thank you.
What do you think happened to PlayStation? Way too early to tell. Way too early to tell. It's not that part is not hopium or copium. Like, literally, name me one major Xbox franchise that they let die after they acquired it. One major Xbox franchise that they let die after they acquired it. Oh, wait. There may be one or two, but I don't know any off the top of my head. Titanfall? Titanfall is owned by Xbox? I thought Titanfall was part of
Thank you.
EA, no? Fable? What Fable was acquired by Xbox? Or was Fable an Xbox original? There's a new Fable coming. It's an Xbox original and it's coming. So what did I say? It is never possible for it to truly die? Oh? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I stared at chat for a long time, and maybe one or two slipped through the crack and I didn't read it. Processing is a prime, but I'm pretty sure nobody said anyone. There was none that was said. There was none that was said. So, take it how you want. Banjo-Kazooie? Banjo-Kazooie is an Xbox original, is it not? It's not? Would you say Banjo-Kazooie is dead? Are they not making any more of those? Are they just done? By the way, I could tell you guys are on Google at this point because that was a late reply. It's not dead. It's old. I mean, you know what? Listen, I'll give you it. I'll give you guys. You know what? Chat's arguing whether or not it's actually dead. I'll give you it. I'll say Banjo-Kazooie is not an alive game at the moment. That's one in the last 8 minutes with Google. Listen. Banjo-Kazooie is not a multiplayer first-person shooter game. Anything that we said was close, the only thing was Titanfall was the only one that might have scared me, and that wasn't even them. So, listen. You can sit there and kind of like, stamp your feet and go, no! It's dead! And that's fine. Nobody really cares at this point. But regardless, though, the point is that we focus very heavily on the bad, and we have good news. And it's time to focus on some good news. So let's do that. This is, without a doubt, good news for the game. Good news for the franchise. Good news for Activision Blizzard. And I hope, because everybody knows, maybe not everybody knows, let me say this for you guys really quick. Overwatch is very much understaffed. How do you know this, Mr. Streamer? There's a platform called LinkedIn. Now, if you guys have never heard of LinkedIn, it's supposed to be it's a platform used by professionals to make connections and bullshit. But it's also a job finding website. I know, half a chat right now probably doesn't have that because they're fucking screaming at me right now. And to be honest with you, most of my chat is normally an older generation that's very common and but there's a lot of names I don't recognize right now, so I'm gonna give you guys the fucking second. To just relax because you're kind of pissing me off. But regardless, though, LinkedIn gives you a lot of job searches and openings. If you go for Overwatch and Activision Blizzard, there's a ton of them right now. Right? Go find out yourself. I've already seen it. They're probably understaffed. Hopefully, this and with other choices and other decisions, give them the resources they need so that Overwatch can be a largely successful game and we can make the best comeback of 2022 and have the glow up that makes absolutely everyone in the whole industry jealous. I'm going to take another bite of my bagel. Will Microsoft keep Overwatch League? Why would it not? Why would it not? Overwatch League is an integral part of both Overwatch and Activision and Blizzard. That makes no sense. Maybe they'll make some changes so that Overwatch League gets even more support, like Halo does with its new brand fucking new esport, where there's tons of in-game skins and things to rep your teams, which we have, but it goes even deeper than that. We have skins for each hero, but they have like very complex designs with their for the Halo teams, for like FaZe and stuff like that. And maybe we'll see how far they can take it, because there's no reason to shit on it and be like, Overwatch League is done for. I just, that's just kind of a very Papega take, to be honest.
Thank you.
Because if
I feel that not only will OW benefit from the merger, but the OW League will also gain proper resources to expand their business and outreach. We're already seeing the benefits from the Halo CS.
True. I mean, if you think about it, imagine if we lived in a world where, your Microsoft or your Xbox dashboard or your PC Play dashboard advertised Overwatch League when it was on. Pair that with the game being free to play, and all of a sudden you have millions or even billions of new eyes on a product with the ability to access it at their fingertips. Free to play is not a good method. Incorrect. You can sit there and stamp your feet all you want, but as someone who literally has experience working in the Overwatch League and working in grassroots programs and working and expanding not only the game of Overwatch, but the Overwatch League, free to play ruined PUBG. Isn't PUBG at like its biggest numbers ever right now in like Asia? Just throwing that out there. But anyways, I'll tell you what. Let me give you a little example. So when I was working at the Uprising in the Overwatch League, I had this crazy fucking idea because, well, it was kind of a down period during Overwatch. Overwatch League was still on. Yeah, Kaz, honestly, I chat is acting a little bit dumb, but to be honest with you, this isn't my normal chat. This is a lot of like people just from everywhere in the Overwatch community, to be honest, like just looking for the news because I was one of the first people online about it. But regardless, though, I had this crazy idea to have basically an informational Overwatch tent at Patriots training camp. So those don't know, the Overwatch League's Boston Uprising is owned by the Crafts and the New England Patriots. It's all in the same building. So I used to work in the Boston branch. So when they were all still out in LA, I worked here in Boston. So it was kind of a hard job to run and try to promote and build a team and like hype for a team without even having the team here. And so I had this fucking bonkers idea that we have like a kids / like kind of a distraction area where like if parents were like, coming to watch training camp and their kids were just kind of being annoying, they could kind of go play on some computers. So we had I think like 18 computers outside at Patriots training camp. But we paired that with TVs, big ass screens, with merch, and we played informational highlight hype videos on the TVs. And we had the spot closest to the gate. So basically, when people walked into training camp, the first thing they had to walk by was us. And so it was a couple of big, massive screens, and the music was loud, the hype is loud, and it got a lot of people's attention. And so people would constantly walk by, and I had these like brochures made that explained what Overwatch was, what the Overwatch League was, etc. And I cannot tell you the amount of parents that walked by, took a brochure, left, came back about 2 hours later, and was like, I was at training camp. I took one of these on the way by, and I was reading about it, and I have no idea what this is, but I'm super interested. And they came back and talked to us about it. And they picked up like schedules and stuff, and like, you know, like nothing like no selling merch, but promotional merch, like where to watch like stuff, informationals, schedule cards, magnets, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I will tell you what, this was the biggest problem I faced, especially with like talking to parents and stuff. They would always be super into the game, and they would be super into the Overwatch League, and they'd be super into all of it. And they would ask me, how do they do it? Like, how do they watch? I tell them how to watch on Twitch. So when I was on Twitch. And they asked, how do they play the game? So I would tell them there's a few different ways. You know, if you have on console or on PC, you have to go to the Blizzard store on PC and buy the game. And on console, you go to the store, or you can pick up the game at the store. And every single fucking time I said the words, you can purchase it or buy it. And I tried every different word for buy, because I was just trying to see, like, maybe I was, you know, conveying it in a bad way. Glass over their face. No longer interested. And a few more bold parents basically taught me what it was. They were like, it's not free. And I was like, well, to watch it's free, but if you want to play the game, it's not. And they'd be like, oh, like my kids all love like Fortnite and stuff, and you know, it's all free. They just, you know, they want to pay for skins and stuff, but to play the game, it's free. Do you know why that's a good thing? There's a thing in business called barrier to entry. It's why there's only 2 airplane making companies in the whole world. You have Boeing, and then I don't remember, and Airbus are the 2 plane manufacturers in the world. Do you know how fucking hard it is to get into the airplane making industry? It's goddamn fucking impossible. Because the amount of laws, the amount of patents, the amount of shit you have to go through to break into that, it's why seeing something like Tesla break in. Sorry. I'm talking about the two that build like the big fucking plays, you know? Weird analogy? What do you mean? That's literally what it is. It's why Tesla is had to take a loss for 20 years for trying to get into the industry. It's a barrier to entry. There's a cost. There's something that competes from them getting in. It's why starting a restaurant has a barrier to entry. You need a startup cost, but it's not that hard. Like you need the money from the bank. You need to prove that what your business plan is and stuff like that. It's not that tough though. But it's much easier to open a restaurant than it is to start a car manufacturer. And that exists in this space because you have kids that are looking to play the next game, and you're talking about parents comparing $20 for a game to making an Airbus company. But you're also talking about the unlimited potential that is with a free game versus a paid game. You have tons of kids and stuff that their parents don't want to go out and buy them another game. Not everyone has a ton of expendable income like that, or their parents don't believe in it. That takes away that barrier of entry. It becomes zero. It's the difference between having a free concert and having one that costs $500 to get in. If you have a free concert somewhere, there's a good chance, depending on who it is, that it's going to be fucking packed. But if you have a really expensive ticket for someone that maybe people don't really want to see, it's going to be empty as shit. That's what barrier of entry is. And the barrier of entry for Overwatch is too high because the game doesn't have any hype anymore. The game doesn't have anything behind it. It doesn't have anything that pushes you to go spend the money to buy the game. There's no reason. Zero. None. Look, if you don't have the cheaters and Smurfs conversation, that's a totally different conversation. And to be fair, we already have that problem even in paid games. That's not a magic problem. You know, the way you beat that is being tougher on it and fucking doing hardware bans. But that's a totally different conversation to have. Let's not have that conversation right now. Let's have the accessibility conversation first. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you, chat, about free to play at least, is that, yeah, I know, there's going to be problems. There's going to be growing pains. There's going to be growing pains. But that is legitimately the way for us to go. And what this means is if it somehow isn't free to play, well, Game Pass might be a decent savior. Free to play isn't good. Go tell it to Valorant, Fortnite, Apex, etc. I know. You don't gotta tell me. You ain't gonna tell me. Ain't gonna tell me. Chat, I have a question for you guys. Maybe rhetorical, but is League of Legends free? Oh, it is? Okay. Let's have that conversation. Another part of my job when I was working it was I had to explain to my boomer bosses that you can't grab esports fans from a game like League of Legends and toss them in a game like Overwatch, and they're going to enjoy it. If they do not play the game Overwatch, they will absolutely not watch your esport. People who watch the esports played the esport or played the game. And I cannot tell you how difficult that was to teach to some boomers. Like, because they think, oh, Boston sports, like, you know, if someone's a Patriots fan, they'll also watch the Bruins game or the Celtics game or the Sox game. Maybe not all the time, but they'll watch it sometimes, right? That doesn't work for CSGO or League of Legends or something like that. Like, if you don't play the game, there's not really a chance that, or have never have played the game or have no interest in the game, you're not even going to click on it.
Thank you.
There's such a barrier for people with Overwatch because there's a risk of wasting money on the game if they dislike it. No parent wants to be out $30 on a game a kid might potentially hate.
True. I heard at college how shut up. You know what I'm talking about. But regardless, though, must have been a hard talk. I never truly won. It's why I probably don't work there anymore, because just it would never click. Not really sure. It depends on the game. I've watched CSGO and Valorant and never played it before. It's about the hype and how easy it is to watch. Well, take out that last part because Overwatch doesn't count then. Overwatch doesn't have that ability. It's gone. That doesn't apply. So we can't use that example. Something like CSGO I could maybe give you because it has a lot of history to it. And maybe you're just interested in from all the time. But the last part, absolutely not. Overwatch is way too complex of a game. But on average, on 95% average, you're not going to get someone who watches Rocket League or watches, you know, League to go watch Overwatch, or someone who watches Valorant to go watch Overwatch. It's not going to happen. Right? But what makes League, or what is part of what makes League the ultimate esport? It's old. It's been around for a long time. And even if you don't really watch League or have never really enjoyed it, you at least have the opportunity to try it for free with no repercussions other than your sanity. You can pick it up after something like the Netflix original came out, where everybody was talking about League for like a month because of how good the Netflix show was. Even if you don't watch League of Legends esports or don't play League, people were like, the Netflix show was that good. But I guarantee you, the Netflix show at least got people somewhat interested to give it a shot. And if they decided to give it a shot, there was no downside. If you didn't like it, you uninstalled it. If you liked it, you played it again the next day. Overwatch, you gotta decide whether you want to spend that $30 or not. $30 is a nice night of takeout. $30, if you do it right, it's a nice night at the bar. $30, you put it away for next week and you got 60. Do some nice stuff with that $30. You know? For something like Overwatch where you might not enjoy it and you just waste it, not worth it in today's age. Danglebot, thanks for the Prime. Appreciated. So, do you think Overwatch should make a show? I mean, okay, do I think they should? No. Could they? Absolutely. It's got fucking crazy lore to it, but that's not the conversation we're having it. $30 is one cocktail in Boston. I said if you do it right, aka you drink at home and then you buy one beer at the bar and you nurse it for the next 2 hours. Shh. Anyways. Regardless, I'm excited for all the stuff that's happening. Tonight I'm going to talk at 5 o'clock, I think, with SVB, Semino, and Frito. More about it, but I wanted to have my own thing first. So, yeah, I don't know. It's I'm not a fan of Fortnite, but I've downloaded it and loaded it many times to play. Same. You know what, actually? That actually is another point. What about friends who play games? Chat, have you ever tried to get your friends to play Overwatch, or they don't have Overwatch, and they're like, nah, I'm not buying that shit game. Too Reckless, thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. You know what? Maybe that's why everyone on Overwatch has no friends. Because we try to get our friends to play, and they're too smart. But if they tell you to come play Apex, you just go, because what? You just download it anyways and then move on. That is a cold bagel. I tricked my friends who played Overwatch years ago, and now he's too addicted to stop. You're an evil bastard, dude. Because of the Game Pass, I played Halo with my friends. I don't like Halo, but I didn't need to spend the money on it. Not wrong. Not wrong. You know what my 6-head take is, chat? Lock in means the Prime for 3 months. My 6-head take is Overwatch PvP, free to play. Overwatch PvE, paid DLC, or paid expansion, plus Game Pass. Dude, that would be the 6-head take. Oh yeah, we are talking about the same people who left us with no fucking content for 2 years. That is, we do not say things like that. Seems pretty obvious. Snoozy, are you busy right now? I might have you rip this part of the VOD and send it on second channel. I'm waiting for Retro to wake up first, though. Mr. Dolphin, thanks to get a sub. Do it. Say it. Appreciate it. I'll message you, though. I'll message you. There are twice as many PS5s out there than Xbox. It's a console exclusive. They are idiots. Yo, dumbass. You understand, though, that console PS5 is on its own island. Well, Xbox, you have to also kind of include PC gaming because someone like me didn't buy an Xbox. There's no reason. I have all the Xbox games at PC. I can literally buy them through the Microsoft Store. PlayStation has its exclusives. That's what keeps it afloat. If PlayStation didn't have its exclusives plus its loyal fans, it would be in trouble. So, I'm not saying that there's going to be any exclusives, but to just come out and say some buffoonery statements like that is just stupid. That's just some PS fanboy shit. Like, we have no fanboy takes here. We literally have factual contracting takes. That's it. Like, everything is interconnected. Xbox is trying to have all of its stuff interconnect. PlayStation is focused on its own exclusives and making good games. Both have their good things. But it's so weird to come in and just be like, they said they have more consoles. Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking mobile games destroy all of us, so who cares about that argument? But Sony has sold their exclusive developments to PC. Well, I mean, because Sony's getting on the same thing. They're also starting to move in on it because they know it's the way. I'm not saying they're not going to change their philosophy. I'm not saying that, but like, that is the future. That is literally the way we're going. I think Xbox will fully rework the way COD is run. I don't fucking know, man. I'm not that smart, dude. Couldn't they force streamers to a platform that way? Absolutely terrible idea. You would never do that. They had Mixer. Why didn't they do that with Mixer? Come on, bro.
Thank you.
One thing that you didn't
You know
focus
about
on is
Activision
how
Blizzard? Who cares?
Microsoft has
They
a
had more
really
than
good
enough.
diversity and inclusion workplace. With all of Blizzard's current heat around those issues, I think Microsoft will really help them move forward to having a better workplace.
True.
That'll help them focus on making the games more and should really turn Blizzard around in the industry.
I only feel bad for all the workers that have to learn and go from Slack to Teams. Good luck, guys. That's one hell of a swap right there. Oh. You guys can say all the swaps you want, but that's the tough one. They use both at Microsoft, did you know? Wait, actually? Shit. I guess they even realized that, you know? Oh, it's one of those. Oh, they also use it for like it's this. It's like using Google Drive at Microsoft. Shh. You didn't hear it from me? Okay. Sounds good, nameless. I mean, Microsoft employee number 5135. Oh man. Dude, you keep adding me over cheaters and smurfs and free to play, dude. Like, bro, I'm not having this conversation today. I just said it, but if you want me to shut you up really quick, sure. We already have that problem. There's literally a game called Escape from Tarkov right now. that literally is getting DDoS and has cheaters going crazy right now because the game has gotten extremely popular, and the game for the good version is like $140. You could not ask for a bigger barrier of entry, and you had to buy it through a sketchy-ass Russian website. How do you get rid of cheaters? You have to be harsh and hardware bans. That's it. Keep hardware banning until all of a sudden they have to spend thousands of dollars on new GPUs, CPUs, hardware, motherboards, and shit. That's how you do it. So let's not have that conversation today. Mushi, thanks for the 2 for 2 months. Appreciate it. What game is that? Escape from Tarkov? Great game. You haven't seen it before? Let me show you. Great game. It's right here. Actually, it's come down a little bit because they're not doing drops anymore. Fantastic game. Fantastic game if you've never played it.
Together, we are strong.
Is there any argument why this could be a bad thing?
Sure.
Just curious. Obviously, I don't see any.
Sure.
Thank you.
Good morning, babysitter Flats. Hope enjoying some Pepe.
The bads could be for a while if things get super duper corporate and it slows things down even worse. Where, let's say with Overwatch 2, they had planned to have like, you know, faster updates and they were gonna like boom, 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 push things out. But all of a sudden, Microsoft wants to monitor everything and they're taking more checks and balances for that stuff to get out. That slows the whole process down. They already have that problem right now. They're trying to unshackle themselves. You can get slower because before they had to check in with Activision, you know, and like check in with higher ups. If there's even higher ups, they just boom, 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 like you could go like that chain just gets so long, and all of a sudden there's more people in the room. If you've never heard the phrase "too many cooks in the kitchen," that if you ask enough people, the idea becomes shit. And I did this when I worked in corporate. This has happened to me. The amount of times I've had an amazing idea, the people around me have gone, "Yes, this is amazing," and then people outside of that sphere that have absolutely no influence, do not work with it at all, barely just know about it in passing, will go, "Well, that's stupid," and they'll just give some fucking brain GG take on why it's bad. That makes no sense. But if you get enough of those people, all of a sudden you have 50-50 on what could be a great idea. You have to be careful with that kind of stuff, because if you have too many people in the room that don't know what they're talking about and everybody's trying to give their opinion, you're going to get locked and you're not going to move. New players to Overwatch are going to get murked by all those that have played since 2016 in Overwatch 2. Dude, why are we just absorbing the two head takes today? You understand that low ranks exist for a reason, right? So that if you play the game for a long time, you should climb. And that if more people come into the game, there's a new group of people that join, right? They have to be distributed along the rank ladder. That if all of a sudden you're gold and a fucking million new people come in, you might get bumped up to plat or even to diamond. And all those people will file in along the ladder. And before you know it, they're playing at the level that they should. Because you could have someone come in like Shroud that has absolutely insane mechanical skill and go straight to plat, when someone who's the average gamer comes in and they're straight to silver or even bronze because they've never played the game before. But guess what? Everyone's going to have to learn. And some people will have a background with more mechanical skill or more game knowledge than someone else, and they'll get filed in just like everyone else. It's absolutely just mind-boggling to look at it and go, all those people are going to get shit on. Well, guess what? What happens when they come in and it's an actual god gamer and he's been playing for 2 months, learns what all the abilities do, and shits on you? Like, you know, like, shit, dude, how is that going to make you feel worse? Just don't think about shit like that. There's systems in place to make that shit work. The rank ladder isn't there just for funsies. There is no downside to all of a sudden there being a bunch of new players, other than maybe for once we get a watch time, you know?
Maybe the scandal was actually Microsoft insiders creating a fire sale by besmirching the company.
Thank you.
No, that is two head. That is two head. Got the job for the interview yesterday. Yo, big congrats, Bunny. That's actually a feels glad, man. I'm glad you got the job. I tried to read that flame and then it disappeared, so sorry. People, and they can't complain about Smurfs ruining their game. Dude. If you're so worried about that type of stuff, just make a custom games league and just only play in that, because that problem will never go away.
Be more active and watching your streams more often. Life has been super hectic recently, and it's taken me some time to complete you for all the laughs. Hope everything is well and hope you have an amazing day.
Thanks for the donut, buddy. Appreciated. What does this mean for people that already own Overwatch? Nothing. This literally is not Overwatch news. Like, this is nothing about... This is not business... Like, this is not gameplay news. This is business news. Like, they didn't drop a new hero today. Like, this literally does not affect you yet. And that kind of a question I don't have an answer to. You have the same information that I have. And Nora Gaming, this is the Prime. Appreciated. This game gives me a lot of hope. Big picture, though. Bingo. That's the idea, is big picture. When I'm talking about SUB, 5 p.m. So I'm going to play some games of Overwatch soon here in a minute. And then at 5, we'll get back to it. But I wanted to talk to chat a little bit longer about it. Most people leave their first 10 games are off-putting. There's no tutorials or game modes to learn the game. What do you mean? You never... Whoa. Wait a minute. Just wait a goddamn second. Just you wait a goddamn second.
I'm on fire! Whoop whoop, 3 months already, D.
Oh, did it? Oh. I'm dumb. Dude, I do not see the yellow. Okay. There it is. Did y'all never see my video where I played the Overwatch tutorial for the first time? Come on, man. The tutorial was great. No, I'm just kidding. People hated that video. But honestly, that was one of my favorite and funniest ones, just to see reactions. Anyways, though, to look at something and go, well, it's gonna fail because they don't have good tutorials. Oh, come the fuck on, dude. We are grasping at straws at that point. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, come on, man. You know, like, please give me a actual break, because we are not even there yet where we're at Overwatch 2. We're not even there, even the conversation where we're even at free to play, where there'll be new players.
What
like,
is your opinion on cheeseburgers?
What the fuck was that, TTS? Cheeseburgers are good. Don, thanks for the Prime for 3 months. Appreciated. Anyways, though. Anyways. You think Jeff could come back? No, let's not have a speculation like that. Play the tutorial again. I actually did. It never made it into a video. Retro was gonna make it a video, but then he didn't. Where it was me playing the tutorial the way everyone wanted me to play the tutorial, not the way I actually played it. And I don't think that ended up being a video. I am the heavy weapons guy. Thanks to Prime. Appreciated. Damn, that was one of the good pieces of content that slipped through the cracks. That honestly still makes me sad to this day. There's a speedrunning category where you finish the Overwatch tutorial as fast as possible. I think I'd probably be in that. I'd probably, you know. So Minecraft Steve skin for Ryan Wynn. I would assume that you get a hunter skin, like the hunters from Halo before that. Can you check DMs? Sure, buddy. So Alex, what I'm probably gonna want is I'm probably gonna want Retro to have like a chopped up version where it's like the boom, 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 and then reference Flats 2 where it's just the chunk, you know, where it's like everything basically. You know, short form for all the, you know, I only want to know like the quick information, and long form for like everybody's stuff, you know. Watching a businessman at work here. I mean, hey, we just had a conversation about business for the last hour. You know, I do this every day. There's no Minecraft crossover? Wait, why would you turn that down though? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of, it's weird. It's just like, here's the thing. Even if the ideas of crossovers it doesn't catch your eye, that's okay, because it's more content and it's giving reason to have more content other than that, you know? Like, it all fuels each other. Like, getting a form of content that you don't really like or you're not into is okay. You just don't have to engage with it. But you'll get other content too, you know? Yeah, but who cares if you hate Minecraft? Take your personal bias out of it and look at the big picture and go, I don't like Minecraft. I will not buy that skin. I don't even want to interact with it. But in return for getting all these crazy collabs, they also have to give us other content to keep the game alive and to keep it moving, right? So you've already talked about it. What is going up, right? Or should we wait? Retro's not awake yet. He's West Coast. So I haven't been able to talk to him yet. It's only 12:30 p.m. So he's like, it's like 9 a.m. for him. Because it all moves together. It all moves together. So even if you don't enjoy that piece of content, nothing's wrong with that. You don't have to engage with that piece of content. But it will create more content in the long run. And that's the good thing. People hate Minecraft because they aren't creative. I wouldn't say that. Minecraft community is kind of aggressive, and you know, like it's you know. So Ellie,
Thank you.
I'd buy Overwatch and Minecraft skins, and that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, and that's awesome, and that's a good thing, you know. But like, that's stuff that motivates and drives the company to keep making more stuff, you know. So it's like, even though you won't like that, well, let's say you hate, you know, that kind of stuff, but then let's just say you're like this crazy like Gears of War fan, and then all of a sudden there's a Gears of War crossover, and you're like, oh, I would have loved that. What the heck, you know? And it's like all of a sudden you get something that you wanted, or even if you're not even a big crossovers guy, you just wanted more content, you're going to get more updates because they need to have more updates and more content and people playing the game, because the more people that are playing the game means that more people are going to possibly buy those skins. More people buying those skins means that makes them more money, which means they have to make more content to keep people playing the game. We don't get into the situation we are now. Does that make sense?